Okay, we're back on our friend Kevin's Dart over here, his 1970 Dart Swinger. This has a 1 year only. The first year they went over to the column where the keys in the ignition system, the ignition keys on the column on these cars. It has the interlock system. This is a 1 year only setup on these A bodies. And I'm not sure about the B and E bodies, but there is a rod that is not remanufactured by brewers or anybody else, but this is made of unobtainium. Kevin went to great lengths to find this rod. This rod goes from on the steering column, the lever that activates the reverse, I believe it's the reverse lockout, and I guess locks the ignition system. But from what I understand after speaking to brewers, this was a day two item that people chunked because they would put headers on these cars and they would get in the way. So they would just, I guess what he said was they would baling wire or safety wire the column where it wouldn't, I guess, try to lock up the steering on them when they would go down the road. You guys tell me that have had these cars, but this is an intricate system. There's probably a good reason why Chrysler only used it for 1 year. But I would like to go back and look and see what service bulletins they had on these. But we got our bushing. There's a grommet in there, and then there's a little brass bushing that's going to go around the rod here. And then we've got the clips, and you'll see in a moment. So this is my first rodeo, folks, for one of these. This is kind of where it gets into the restoration guys that know a lot more about this than I'm sure Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage. He's probably very familiar with these. But again, these are 1 year only from what I understand. And I had looked all over high and low for this rod. Kevin found one right there in Texas, and I know that he paid a lot of money for this one piece. So we're going to try to get this thing installed. Okay, so I've just got it on here kind of temporarily with the clip. It'd be nice if I have it on there right the first time, but my luck, I'm not going to guess that. But I got the clip in. We're going to lift the car up and see where this looks like it goes. I've got a schematic I'm going to try to dig up, but I just need to take a look-see first. All right, folks. Well, as expected, you never can win all of them right on the first try, but I need my Mopar, specifically A-body Mopar gurus that know the 1970 interlock linkage. Again, got the rod in for the part that goes up to the column. Now here's the problem. I've got this thing bottomed out as far as it'll go, basically trying to shorten this. The transmission is in reverse per what the manual says. It says to put it in reverse. So I've got this in reverse. I've even disconnected it from the shifter to make sure that the transmission was all the way. I mean, it's either in or out, forward or back, and it is in reverse. This is the reverse lever. So it's in reverse. I've got everything per the manual, per the schematic, hooked up. You come over here and you look at the rod. I've got this adjusted all the way down, basically shortening the rod as far as I can. And if you look, I'm still a good inch to maybe almost 2 inches too long to engage the column lever. Now I'm going to show you in just a second. I have to put that lever on the column all the way down to that 5 o'clock position so it will go back into the park, or the ignition will go into the park position and it'll lock the steering wheel. So I'm going to go up, I'm going to show you guys. That's where it's at. Here's my question to you guys. Now Kevin bought this from a guy down near where he's at. He spent a lot of money on this, and the guy said this came off of his Duster that had this same, it was a 70 Duster, I believe, that had this same setup. But I'm going to ask the question, is it possible that it fits, goes around the Z-bar, everything like it's supposed to do, has the 45-degree tilt over, but is it possible that this is for an E-body or a B-body, this rod? If you guys have much experience with this, because it's not rocket science here. I mean, and there's not much I can do here to make adjustments. The only place I can really make any adjustment is on the rod, the adjuster itself. I can't go up on that lever, and especially once it's in a lock position. Now, if I do turn the key to the on position, then I can get the lever to go up, but it looks like the lever needs to be in the 3 o'clock position. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, again, the transmission is in reverse, so the rod's pulled as far back as it can go, and it's adjusted down as far as it can go. But you see, that's how far I've got before it's a country mile away from that, entering into that grommet. So it's in, the steering wheel's locked. Okay, let's see if I can, yeah, if I turn the key on, now I can, okay, now I'm out of the lock position on the column. You can see where it's got to go. It's got to go all the way up to here. Okay, there. All right. So now I'm going to go to pull the key back to the. Yep, it needs to be in the 3 o'clock position, but you have to put this lever. This lever has to go down. I'm trying to turn the key back. Okay, now now it's locked. Now the key is back in the park position, but look how far I've got. So my question is, guys, the manual, yes, I know, I have the schematic. I have 3 or 4 manuals here, and that information is very vague, but like I said, it's not damn rocket science here. Either this lever's not clocked properly on the column, but I don't think that's true. I think the rod is too long. So you guys tell me. There's probably a reason. I think this is a 1 year only. Maybe it's 2 years. I don't know, but something's not right. So reaching out to YouTube land, Mopar A-body guys specifically. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what you think is going on. So another battle, another day. Have a good one, everybody.